April the 9th, 1021. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, where did you get your law degree? I read your dissent. So what is it? We're going to turn the District of Columbia federal judicial part of our government into a dumping ground for any case anybody just wants to haul ass up there and file. Is that it? You know, I'm standing in Tennessee. Let's say I had a federal lawsuit. Let's say that I thought something had been done to me by a federal agency. And I decide to run to California or run to the District of Columbia and file a suit. But I'm a citizen of this country and I'm a resident of Tennessee, but let's just say that's what I decide to do. And this case gets appealed, and it gets appealed, and it winds up at the Supreme Court. I'm a resident of Tennessee. I've lived in Tennessee. Well, what should the Supreme Court do if some federal judge in California or Washington, D.C. takes the case? You see, only Justice Barrett, the judge didn't have jurisdiction, but yet you're deciding the case as if he did. Why did you do that? It's over. Everything this judge has done is mox nixed. He don't have jurisdiction, yet you're going to go through this chronological stuff of what's happened. You know, you got to have law and order, and part of law and order in this country is using the judicial branch correctly by the people inside of this country, and that's not what happened here. Now, I brought up Justice Barrett, but you know, there's some other women on that court who are liberals that decided the same way. So you're trying to decide this case. You're basically saying the judge made the right decision. The only problem is the judge don't have jurisdiction. Why are you dissenting on this case? If the judge doesn't have jurisdiction, that's don't pass go. You ever play Monopoly there, Justice Barrett, as a kid? You don't pass go. It's over. Now, the people that are, the 5 people on that court that said this, they didn't say this person couldn't go to where they were confined or detained or future people. They didn't say that. You know, they said that's where they filed their cases. No damn judge shopping, basically. You know, this is sort of a shame. You know, you're supposed to be one of these people that was, Trump nominated your ass there, Justice Barrett. He nominated you because he thought you had a level head, but evidently you don't. Your dissent is like you're ruling on the case like, oh, this is a full-fledged, straight down the middle case. It's not. The judge didn't have jurisdiction. Why would you dissent on a case where a judge has given orders that he has no jurisdiction? Explain that to me. Why? Are you going to do this in the future? Well, if we had a court actually approving of these measures, well, we'd have people in this country they would just go to a venue where they thought a judge would hear their case and grant them what they wanted, wouldn't they? How would that turn out? This doesn't even necessarily apply to illegals, non-citizens of the United States. This can apply to what? A citizen. And what would this do to the judicial system in this country? It would turn it into a damn kangaroo damn system. You shouldn't be letting a person with just a high school degree be able to do a video like this and say this. But you did what you did, along with the 3 others. You can't rule on a case and concur with the judge's actions when he didn't even have jurisdiction to start with. I don't even believe you didn't even say that in your dissent. You were just saying, oh, what Trump and company, what you thought they had done. And you made reference of no due process. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And you probably don't either. You're presuming or assuming. I mean, one of these people, didn't they get a deportation order from a judge already? They got one, didn't they? How about that? That sounds like due process to me. That's going to conclude the video.